Hi, this is Rob from Rob Talks. Today I'd like to ask you a question with today's topic. When you go to church, to the movies, or to a community play, and you're focusing, you're enjoying yourself, or you're listening to whatever it is that you're watching, and then you hear constant giggles and babbles from cries from little children. Have you ever heard that? Okay, I bet you have. Now, has it been constant? Has it been more than about 3 times and then you're just getting to the point that you're like, ugh, this kid won't stop, or just tell them to stop or something, you may feel that frustration. Well, it is pretty annoying at first. However, though, there's always a behind the scenes of anything. It's not always intentionally um, constant noises. It could be that the child is on the spectrum. So, if you think to yourself and that you may feel like that you might want to have the urge to go and police the parent to tell them to be quiet or tell them to knock it off. Well, you could though, but that will make things ugly and it will not make the child stop their stimming and stuff, because they could be stimming, they could be nonverbal, they could even be going past their daily routines, just like we talked about with all of the videos, and it could really happen. So don't be quick to judge. There could always be something that they wanted to try to interact with their parent about something. So by all means, just let the parents take care of them. That's what their parents are for. And sometimes if they don't acknowledge their child, I mean, don't judge. Don't think that, oh, that, they're not great of a parent. It is not easy to raise a child with a disability. And it isn't, just like we talked about in all the videos that we talked about. So just don't be quick to judge. Sometimes they may even feel exhausted. Sometimes they may want to even tune out and they just want to focus it to let their child get it out of their system. And just by not being acknowledged may make them think that the child will stop their antiques and that they're stimming. But usually, it may not always be the case. It can for some, depending on the topic, but the problem is that with a nonverbal child is that it's really not always going to be the case. And there's always a thing about that they're trying to get their child to be more independent by going out to the public world. Just like all of us, every parent wants to get their child to be out of the house, to get to know the environment, to get to know the world around them by going out to communities, to church, to the movies, to go out and to be able to enhance their community skills. So, just like all of us, they are human too. So, just don't be quick to judge them and just try to ignore them. It may be, though, a little bit uneasy. However, they have parents to take care of, and most parents will guide and acknowledge their child. So, just enjoy it, and then just the next time that you hear a child who is stimming or is constantly making noises that loses your focus on what you're watching, try to reflect, and once you get that burst of frustration, think to yourself that maybe this kid is 90% chance or even 100% chance of having a disability and is nonverbal. So that will make you feel to be less patient, less impatient, and less frustrated in yourself when you acknowledge the fact that that child is on the disability. I myself, I would want somebody to acknowledge and understand me when I have my not so great moments. I would prefer to have somebody to understand that I have a disability and that I'm not doing things unintentionally or purposely. It's just because I have a disability. So imagine that. Anytime if you also have a disability, think to yourself, would you want that person or the people around you to acknowledge your disability also? If the answer is yes, then do so to that person or that child who is right in front of you doing some stims, doing some inappropriate giggling, that they want to be acknowledged as well. Well, that's it for today. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!